Hey, it's me, Make Me back once again with another episode of Microtopia. And so, in our last episode, we got our first gene, or gene, I guess it's a gene. Gene is the right pronunciation, I think. Anyway, we grew one. They went up here, they flew away. We got 1 point, which is somewhat disturbing because we seem to probably need a lot, I'm guessing. We're definitely going to want to get this thing. This LED terminal doesn't do anything on its own, it just unlocks more stuff. Radio stockpile. Special stockpile can use to build across several islands. Materials inside will be used to construct buildings anywhere on the map. But is that new? I'm pretty sure I didn't see that before. I think that's new. We got an update here between recordings because I definitely didn't remember seeing that there. So that's interesting. So we'll have to take a look on that for sure. We definitely want the smart dispenser though, for sure. We definitely want to get over to this energy collider, which I'm guessing is going to cost more of these points. Which makes me realize that our little system over here probably isn't going to do the trick because it isn't really feeding things over here, as you can see, in any sort of appropriate numbers. So what I think I'm going to do, I think I'm going to massively change everything. That's right, we're going to rebuild everything. Everything is going to get rebuilt. I have a plan. It's probably not going to work, but I have a plan. So I'm going to basically delete everything here and restart almost all production lines in a completely different way. So should be interesting bit of time. It's going to take a little while, but we're going to start by deleting all this stuff. Oh my God, here we go. It's happening. We're deleting over it. Here, we need to get. I still need to get 10 drones, so I want to get this finished off. This one gene finished off, so I'll be working to get that kind of simultaneously as I rebuild everything as well. So what I will do, in fact, start grabbing these guys, and I'm just going to feed those in because where we're going, we don't need roads. Well, we do need roads. We need trails. So technically, we never needed roads. But anyways, we're going to go and do a bunch of stuff. I'm going to move a bunch of stuff around. And it's going to be interesting, I think. And I'll probably come back in a little bit once we do that. If I delete these, do I get like full? I don't even know if I get the full amount back for these. What do I get for this if I delete it? Is it going to be easier to delete, or is it going to be better to... So I got 4 there. How much do these cost to make? I never actually even checked. These cost 10. So if I delete this, does it go to 474? It does. So we can delete stuff and carry it over. That's what we're going to do. It's total insanity, I know. Don't worry, though. It'll all work out in the end. Probably. Move this down here. We don't need this. Just in the way. All right, so I'll be back. I'm going to do a little bit of fixing up, and I'll come back at certain points to show you what I'm doing. But it's going to take a while. Okay, so you'll notice I've deleted everything. So that's kind of stage 1. Delete everything. Next thing I want to do is probably clean this up. These little things over here. So I'm probably going to just make a little track over here just to get this all tidied up and out of the way because I'm going to use all this space for building in a moment. So we're just going to quickly assign a whole bunch of people over here just to get all this done. Real quick. Yeah, so all you folks can go onto there. Yeah, you can drop whatever stuff you have off as you go. Why can't I get you guys? There we go. Okay. That's fine if you got other stuff. It's all good. Except for you. You need to just drop that. Just drop that baby. Alright, we're just gonna get all this stuff done. You guys over here. You know what, you might as well just clean this all up while I'm doing some stuff too. And then we'll just keep an eye on things for a little bit here. That's fine. All right, you guys all go there. And we're just going to throw some of these here for now at various points. And those guys will go and collect a bunch of stuff over here. And then we'll merge it in to its own stuff later on. All right, we'll get these guys out of the way. You guys out of the way here. You guys are going to come... I need to get this filled, so you can drop that. The other thing I just found out is you can just double-click on this stuff and it goes into a storage, which is... had no idea. Anyways, you guys are going to go in there. You can go onto there for now. Those guys are going to drop a whole bunch of stuff over there. Perfect. Over here, I'm going to grab all y'all. And you're going to come up like this. And I'll use you folks to finish getting this next gene done. You guys are being made into drillers, so that's fine. They can just keep doing that. Next, we will need to... I'm going to put one temporary... So while those guys are running, what do I need? I need just a temporary assembler over here. Just for all these folks. Probably two, actually. Let's put them like here. Where should I put it? Like... here, and I want it out of the way. I need the space. I'll just put two. I'll put one over here. Alright, where are you guys supposed to be going? Anywhere? Nowhere, right? Yeah, okay. That's fine. We'll put an old gate over here, over there. This is going to be, let's just keep these guys alive. We just need to, because I'm not going to keep it paused all the time. But I will keep it paused some of the times. You can go up there. You can go up with those guys. You can go up here as well. You're also going to be changing to an assemble pod worker. We can just grab from here and here. And then, yeah, you can just go back in to those tracks there. So we'll just kind of grab those guys independently as we need to. Yeah, so you guys can go in there. You guys can, what can you guys do in the meantime? You can just go in there for now. I have an assembler over here too, yeah, so that's fine. So we'll just collect a whole bunch of food and stuff like that. Now, we've got about 300 plates here. So I could do foundations. I played around with these a little bit. I don't actually like them that much. It looks cleaner, but it's actually a little bit harder to like do like minute changes. I think I'm just not going to do those. Meanwhile, though, we need to get, we need to get a temporary combiner over here, which is going to go over here. You're going to change that to combine workers, and then you, and you are going to go there. You are going to go there. You're 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 going to go there. We'll just quickly create a trail here, and we'll get these guys divided up. All right. Just trying to get this thing filled up. We're going to need a construction unit in a minute here too. With these guys, in the meantime, we will get a temporary assembler over here. And this is going to be for assembling alt drones. And we're going to need just a little path over here. You guys can go in there. Get another path going over here. And then that needs some fabric associated to it. Where's the... and these guys are, they're carrying stuff with them, of course. Yeah, that's fine. We don't need it. We don't need it. Okay, so that's going to go there. We need it fabric. Where do I have fabric? Here's the fabric. Place that dispenser over there. Excellent. That's going to go in there. Those guys are going to fill in there. Should give us a fair amount. All right, you guys can drop those. Let's see if I can get this guy over there. And then we need to just quickly put a old gate in a few spots there. So we'll try to save those guys as best we can. All right, meanwhile over here, there's not much going on. All right, we just have perpetual mining, or mining of those energy level 2, which is fine. You have a baby. You're holding a baby. We're going to have to go grab those later on. All right, next we are going to move Mama over here. And one thing I will do is we don't really need this fabric, and it's a bit in the way. So I'm just going to like get rid of all this in the most inefficient way possible. The super most inefficient way possible. All right. These plates didn't go anywhere. Okay, so now that's all cleared out. Mama is gonna come over here. She's gonna go like this, somewhere around here. It should do. And then we're gonna make our first path here, which will be a foraging path, just to get Mom fed. The one thing we are gonna go unlock the smart dispenser, just to make life easier. Do we need that for 301? Yes, that's definitely a new building. So we'll come back and take a look at that later. And then we are going to put, we're going to put one of these guys right here. That takes, it takes LEDs. I don't have enough LEDs. I didn't start making LEDs. Oh, I thought I made LEDs. Well, buggers. Okay, that's fine. We will do this later. That's fine. Just a regular one then for now. All right, next we need our pods. And so what I've determined, if you're wondering what the heck I'm doing, why I'm doing all this is all about ratios, this thing over here. And I feel like we're gonna need a bunch of these points. So what we need to do is figure out a good way to get these rough ratios coming out all the time. And so the best way to do that is to control the amount of ants on each individual pathing system and have them as they get old or otherwise go up here and go in the thing when they need to. So that's what we're going to try to do. So we're going to sit down our incubators over here, which are going to go like this. Right, and then we have our hauling path, which is going to go there. Pretty straightforward. And then from here is where we'll probably get a little bit interesting. So I'm going to have one that is actually, this side is running better. This one's going to go off like this. And then these ones are going to go, so like so, right? So they're going to go in a little cyclic path. Then what we're going to do is we're going to do a counter gate. So if we look at this over here, we need to make a princess every once in a while. That's number one. We'll do that separately. We need to get 15 of these guys, which is actually 30 of our little guys, our little ants. Need to go for there. We need to get 15 of these, which is 15 of the little ants. But then we also need to get 10 of these guys as well. So the most efficient way to do that would be to make 15 ironworkers and then convert the ironworkers into drones, right? These guys come from our little guys as well. So we're going to need light bulbs to make those, or we're going to need to ship them from the other islands. Right now, do I have light bulbs? I only have 3 light bulbs, so that's one thing we're going to have to make sure we have a good supply of light bulbs and glass. So we have 48 glass only, so we're definitely going to need more glass because each light bulb, I think, takes 3 glass. So we're going to have to make sure we have a supply there. And I don't think we really have much glass at all because this is not being mined. So that's something we're going to have to figure out. We also potentially can get glass over here. There's also not that much of it, and it's going to be like a percentage, so it's going to take a while to build up glass over here. So one thing we're going to have to keep in mind there, because we need to basically create these guys and then essentially just sacrifice them in here. So my goal is to be able to split these off so that we have counter gates like so. And this can actually go, this can be a split here as well. Or actually, no, it should be, we should probably fill everything first. So we should fill these first, and then when they're filled, we'll send them out. All right, anyways, so what we need then is one track that's going to supply the 30 or so we need for this, right? That's first goal, is to get 30 or so ants on a track ready to become workers. And my thought here, let me get this deleted here, is that we send them on a track and we get them built over here. And yeah, we just kind of send the little guys right across. They do one round of work, get built into those dudes, go back around, and then come into the guide when they get old. So what we're going to do is going to take a little bit of time, but I'm thinking if my maths is right, we'll probably need like 5 to be floating into this first track, and then we'll need more over here because these ones will become the iron ants, which we're going to need more of at any given time. And then we're going to need another track that will populate the ants we need for our, probably be less than this actually, probably be like 4. So this one is going to populate to make our little, our little pod workers. That's dead. We do need to secure our glass supply though, so that's going to be a challenge. All right, and the ratios, I'm just taking a guess, but I think this should work, or something similar to this. We can play with the ratios a little bit, but what we're going to do is we're going to get enough ants going in this track to make all of the worker ants that we need. So we don't need that many, because as they grow, they'll continue to load up. And then on this track, we're going to need at least close to twice that amount to make the iron worker ants, so that we can also take the iron worker ants and make drones. Then on this one, we're going to just need to fill 10 of these guys, but then what we're going to do is split them being filled with green and yellow. So they'll have 3 different tracks going on. At the end, these guys should we'll make these 3 automatically fill into the guide counter, while these ones will just keep 10 on their minimum all the time, and as soon as we need to, we just grab the 10, pull them in, and then they start getting repopulated right after. So that's kind of the goal. So I'll be back in a bit as I kind of build this out and hopefully show you guys how this I think this will work. I don't know. I'll be back. Okay, I've made a little bit of progress. So I've gone in. So it's going to be my refining stations here. So ants are going to come in here. They're going to go through here. They're going to go in, grab all the stuff, go in and, refine stuff, drop it off. These are all set up for different things. That's why the gaps are there. And then the little ants are just going to immediately go in here, get combined into worker ants, and then they're going to come back into the system and start going back around until they get old. I'm going to add old gates appropriately, and the old dudes are going to come up to our Gine factory over here. On the other side, we're also going to fill this lane with ants. They're going to come in here, and they're going to do kind of the same thing except with factories. We're going to get all of our basic production done. They're going to offload into these areas over here. They're going to come here, and when the little ants get over here, they're going to go this way, get turned into iron workers, and come up this way around and go back through until they get old. So that's kind of the plan so far. And it would probably not work, but that's okay. We're going to need to delete all this for now. I'll probably have to move all that stuff later. That's fine. The reason why we can do this is because we got like the permanent guys are all getting food. So that's fine. They can grab all the food we need and do all that stuff. These guys are all over here. That's fine for now. Similarly, we can fill these ones with the permanent workers and all of that. Next, we need to send a few. So just a few. I think like 3 should, or 3 or 4 should do it. Maybe only 3 actually. And what these 3 are going to do. And so, and let me just get you the theory here. Right? So we're going to send until this is 5. These will fill up. They'll get over here. They're going to come here, and they're going to get out. At which point we'll fill this again. Right. So they're going to continually be going through and getting here, and this should continually be feeding ants in here, but then stopping once this is basically populated. So my theory is that population on here should be somewhere close to about 15 by the time it runs its course. 15 workers, that is. So that's my theory. In this side, my theory is kind of similar, except that we should hopefully get to about 30 iron workers. Or actually a little bit less than that, but that's fine. But that's kind of the theory that I'm going with. We'll see if it works. I have no idea. That's worth a shot. So we're going to place dispensers over there. I just got to set up the old trails for those after. The last trail here will take care of the other manufacturing. So we have to get production done for, we need to get the facility and we need to get the factory in because we need LEDs, which is going to take light bulbs, which is going to take glass, which we don't have a lot of. So that's the one thing we're going to need to make sure that we are getting more of. It's going to be a challenge getting enough ants over here. What I think might need to happen is we might need to build, can I build a bridge all the way across here? Probably could, right? And send all of the miners here. I have a lot of concrete. I think it takes a lot of wire. I wonder what that would cost. Is that completely unreasonable to do? If we send our miners all the way across there, can we then get glass? We'll have to send somebody to go pick it up because it wouldn't make sense to bring the miners back. But we have enough of these guys, we might be able to make a route. So how much would that cost? Let's see. A bridge. The bridge to nowhere. Oh my gosh, this is so, oh, it doesn't even go that far. Not nearly far enough. Not nearly far enough. Okay. We could do a bridge here, and then we'd have to do another bridge there. That's going to be pretty insane, and we don't have enough light bulbs to do any of that stuff yet. Okay. So I think we can actually afford to do it. It's just a matter of we don't have the means to do it at the moment. Yeah, so we're still going to have to send some babies over here. So we'll still have to send, we'll fly those over there. That's the only thing that makes sense for now for that. Is some of our flyers are going to have to go across, drop stuff off over here, and then, come back when they're ready to die and go in here so that we can continue to get more glass. And then we're going to have to ship glass across from here, but it sounds like this tower thing, this radio stockpile, so a special stockpile you can use to build across several islands. Materials inside will be used to construct buildings anywhere on the map. So I think that's what we should get next then. And see how that works. Because that's I think that's from a patch. It wasn't here before. So we're going to have to get that, which we will get soon because we're on our way to another guy over here. Soon we just need to go send some more folks over to become flyers. Yeah, because we got the last one of those guys going in. 1, 2, we can get like 2 more flyers in from there. Maybe. Once those guys go in. So that'll be fine. Okay. So let's continue on here then. We need a path for this production. So the factory and the facility. The factory, do I have enough of everything here? I can't even build the factory yet. Yeah, I can build the facility, but I cannot build the factory. Interesting. So, what that means is... Oh, we got an old guy here too. You can see if I can get him over there in time. What that means is maybe we move some of this stuff around to help supply over here. Because it's going to be a while before we can get... We're going to have to do some stuff there. We can make diodes, right? So if we put this over here, to make diodes is screws and wire, which we have. Okay, so we can make diodes. And then the factory here, I don't know if we need to make like more than one of these. We probably want two just so we can make diodes and resin, right? We're gonna have to put these back a little bit farther because they need one of each. And then we can make the factory over here, which is even more complicated, but that's fine. That'll be down here. These paths will need to move out of the way a bit. That's all good. Okay, so let me set this up, and then I'll be right back. You don't have to watch all the stuff, boring stuff of me drawing lines for 5 minutes. Okay, I'm back. So I got this set up as well now. I just let this one disconnect in because this is not built yet. So we need to actually make some diodes first before we bother hooking that up. Otherwise, they're just going to be wasting their time over there. We just need to add the pickup points for these. Can I add that in like this? Yeah, okay. Okay, we'll set those up later on. This has all been set up. These still need to be attached to their targets, so I'll do that in a minute. And then, yeah, meanwhile, oh, there's one thing we need to fix, which is this. This should come down like that, and then we get rid of this. Yeah, we don't want those to intermingle. So that's where those guys will go. And then where this one will vary is somewhere down here. After we make a bit of space, will be a constructor. So we're going to put population, and there's going to be an assembler here. And that assembler will go like this. We're going to delete this line, and we're going to build it like this. And then we're going to put a cascade here, that if you are a little dude, you're going to come over here. And if you're not a little dude, you're going to go over here. And then over here is going to assemble worker pods. One. Over this, we're just going to delete this for now. We'll reorganize all of this in a moment. We'll reorganize all of that in a moment. This, I don't know what you're... Oh, that was for that. Okay, no problem. And we're going to have to put a thingamabob there as well. These guys are then going to go over here. And then they are going to get split out. So we need two now. So now there's going to be two assemblers over here. One that goes like that, and one that goes like that. One is going to make ones, and one is going to make twos. And then this is just a simple path over there. And then from there, they just, yeah, they can just path right into that trail. Amazing. We'll be able to move some of these guys onto there to get this populated for first, to get us started. But yeah, that should be it. Meanwhile, everybody else, once those are filled, everybody else is going to come out. And I think what we're going to need to do is possibly make them miners to go get glass, and then we work on that radio tower. because I think we desperately need to get glass. Glass is much more important than anything else at the moment. Scrap we can get. That's the only other thing that we don't have tons of right now, but we can pick it up. So, not the end of the world. We can get some of these guys to go through and grab all the loose scrap that's all over. That should supply us for a little while. There's more down there too. So that's fine. There's even more. Yeah, there's tons laying around all over the place. So that's fine. Okay. All right, so this is fine. Those are going. We're going to get them. I think we're done for that now. Yes, as soon as that guy's done, you can come over here. We'll get a couple more of these guys. We just need to finish this out because nothing's going to work if this is like partially done, and we need to get a new princess going. So we'll get these guys going there. Oh, the old guy made it. Good. All right, so pause for a second here again. Now we need to get some of our permanent boys over here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of these guys ready. Okay, perfect. So all of you guys can go onto that route, and then that's good. We don't need to worry about that route for now. Yeah, you guys are carrying babies. So you can go over there. We'll get you going over there for now as well. These guys are just waiting to be redone. You can also go onto the food line, like so. These can just get deleted, because I already used all of those supplies. Stuff. Okay, so that's that. So that should eventually lead us to the right ratios, and then we'll just set up the old paths after. But first we just need to finish off this first Gene. We're also going to need more of these towers, because if this works, we're going to need like 3 or 4 of these towers living over here. All right, so we'll get that going. Next, we need to figure out the glass situation. So the glass situation is not good. So the 2 options are try to get them all the way across here to mine this, or get them over here, which we already have a bridge. Problem is, it's just like either way, it's a long walk to get to the glass. There is a lot more glass here, though. If we get enough glass, we can make light bulbs, though, and then we can just speed them up along the way. Yeah. Let me just get these guys going. That's going to be 3 more. We need 2 more over here to get everything balanced. That's fine. We will do that. I don't need this anymore. That will free up space. Eventually, if we need to, we can make this a bit bigger, possibly, but I don't know if we will. I don't think we can keep up with the production level, to be honest, at this rate yet. This guy has fabric on him that he shouldn't have. Yeah, there'll probably be a couple things we need to iron out for like when supplies are low. So what I'll do is I'll just throw a couple of extra storages in here so we're not wasting anything. Eventually we'll have these replaced with the smart ones anyway, so it'll be fine. Okay. Oh yeah, and these ones I didn't set up yet. This needs to be with iron. This one also iron. This one as well. Iron. This one here needs fabric or fiber. This one over here needs fiber. Is that all the fiber I have? No, I got tons of fiber. This one over here is going to need glass. Yeah. And this one over here is also going to need glass. Okay, so that's all set. Next, the ones that come off of this line, I think, yeah, we're going to send them straight across. So we're going to delete this stuff. And yeah, hopefully, yeah, did I unlock the other thing we can unlock too is this miner. We need another gene to do that though. Okay. Yeah, that'll make the miners last a lot longer. Okay. It's too bad the flyers can't like carry those guys over. We have an ant launcher too, but I doubt that this is going to be powerful enough because I saw an upgrade or something to that later on. So my guess is it's not going to go far enough for what we need. But we do have small beacons, but these need light bulbs. So light bulbs and glass are the big holdup right now. So what that means is we're going to delete this, get the materials back. That's fine. We're going to make a new bridge like this, as short as possible. And then this is going to come up all the heck way up and get them onto that line. Because basically the only thing we really care about here is going to be glass. We just need to get all of the glass we can get, and then we'll start moving them over to the other side later on. Because my thinking is as soon as we can get this Gain production going, we can get these energy collider things, we can make level 2 pods, and then we can get our population up quite a bit, and then it'll be easier to populate the this island. Down here, it'll be a lot easier to get baby ants over there. Although we do have a supply, like we've been holding a supply of them, so if need be, we can still sort that out. Right? So that's all fine. So that's going. We still have all of these guys over here. I did not assign a target to this one yet. Problem. Do you have an old path that's still functional? Yeah, I think so, right? Where are the... Oh, these guys are coming from there, so I should... yeah, that was a temporary one that we used, so that one should just come back into here. Right, so we got these guys going on here. They are making diodes. This is now almost done. Eventually we'll have enough diodes for that. That's fine. Just realized if you're... Okay, they're coming up here. If you're carrying a diode, they should go here. So let's just quickly make that path as well. Carry gate, if you're carrying a diode, you can go this way. Oh, wait, no, that doesn't work. If you're carrying a diode here, you should go that way. You should just go, yeah, skip that one, all right. Same thing here, if you are carrying resin, you should skip that. All right. Yeah, so a couple funky things we got to sort out on this row here. Over here, oh, they're all carrying stuff. Why didn't you guys drop any of this stuff off? Why did you not drop any of this off? So a couple things we got to sort out over here. So you have a light bulb, which we desperately need, which yeah, should be going over here. I didn't set these up. That's fine. This should be plates, right? Yeah, that's fine. You're gonna go back there. So if they are carrying anything, they should go back through. They need to go back in and drop it off. You don't really want to waste anything. Right, so we will, what we'll do is carry gate if carrying any. Go through here. Carrying any. Go through there. Okay, so that should take care of that. Wish these things had more than one side, but that's fine. Yeah, they're picking up from somewhere where they shouldn't be picking up. It should only be going one at a time down here. So one of these things is picking up where they shouldn't be. I think this one here is an issue. Can't tell. Okay, that's fine. All right, yeah, you guys are just X's because you're waiting for that. We have these guys over here. Do we have anybody on this path? We don't. We don't have anybody on this path. Yeah, so you guys can go over there. And keep picking that stuff up. And then we don't have anybody coming over here yet either. So we're going to have to sort this out as well. Okay. That's all good. We'll get that sorted momentarily. Over here, these haven't been set up to dispense anything yet. Don't think I have any glass to do anything with. Do I? No, I don't. We do have cement though, right? Do we? We have a little bit down there. Okay. All right, so we're gonna probably want to keep this populated with a few. Yeah, because we've got all these guys. These are all filled now. So we should hopefully see that we're getting to the population we need in the next little while, but I gotta get the old gates going. Meanwhile, we need to get 2 more of those guys going, so I'm gonna grab 4 of you guys. Oh, I did destroy that. I mean, I need it for a little bit longer. Oops. That's gonna go there. Okay, that's just to finish off this, so that one's done. All right, then all the rest of these guys are gonna need to become miners, and I guess flyers over here. Do we? Yeah. Do we want flyers? We can do flyers here. It's just gonna be trouble to catch them all as they get old to come over here, unless we do more on that track and split them up. I guess we can split them up. Yeah, but we're gonna send them up here. And then basically half of them are going to turn into miners, and half of them are going to turn into scientists. So up over here, we're going to need a population. We're going to need an assembler over here. And then we're going to need 2 combiners. And we'll put those over here. And then we need to draw paths for this. So these guys are going to come up like this. They're going to come up here. And they're going to split. So they're going to split this way. They're going to split this way. They're going to come this way. This is going to make diggers. Small diggers. We're going to go and attach to that. And this is, we need screws over here. Over here, they're going to be made into combined workers. And then, I know I'm not using the old ones for this, but it's fine. I think it's fine. Right? And then these guys are going to come here, get added to our path. Yeah, these guys are just going to get split as they come out here. Like so. Okay, so that takes care of those guys. All right, and that's connected. Yeah, it's a long haul up there. All right, next thing we need to do is we need to make sure these guys have an old gate because they're starting to get tired. So the old gate is going to be over here. We can just send it straight there, and all those guys will start going out that way. And we'll just put a little garbage bin over here, just in case. Oh, and I didn't set these up. So this one needs this guy here, and then this one needs this one over there. Okay, so that's going. Okay, so this is still not working properly yet, so we'll need to get that going. We've got this one guy over here. I think I'll just add him to this path for now. Yeah, get him fed up. Yeah, we're definitely going to need to get those dispensers set up as soon as we can. All right, this is built now as well. So we can make LEDs, which take light bulbs, diodes, and resin. We don't have any light bulbs or very small amount of light bulbs at the moment. So we'll hold off on that. And then the big thing we're going to need to do now is... Oh, the one thing we didn't... Oh, we're going to get the radio tower, so we don't need flyers to be flying back and forth between there yet, depending on what that thing needs to be built. This is done, so that's going perfect. So then the last thing we need to do is... Where'd you guys come from? You guys can go and just get on there for now. And then we'll just delete this. Oh no, we don't want to delete that. We want to leave it, but we want to have old paths coming up here. So let me just take care of this. Gonna have old gates at different areas over here. And then the elder trails are gonna lead them over there. And then all of this can be deleted. And then these guys are just going to recycle back onto here. Like so. And then same thing over here. We need the old gate coming out of here. And then looks like we'll probably need... I'm not too worried about that food, so we'll probably just throw a trash can over here. That should be fine. Okay. So that's that one. These guys are just waiting now. Now we got inventors coming back in again. Yeah, I'm not too worried that this is too wasteful just because we need the inventor points anyways, so they're serving a purpose regardless. All right, Guyan is going. So now we need to make a princess before we set all this up. So I actually am going to take this guy and send him over here. We're going to change this into combine for princess. And then we need to make a... I guess we need another garbage over here. Oh, there's a baby sitting there too. I should go and get him after. All right, that's fine. Pause again here. What's going on here? These guys should be... Oh, we don't have any light bulbs assigned here. Okay. What's happening, yeah? Why? You can't enter wrong cast. You are not wrong cast. Why is it? Oh, there you go. All right, so that's fine. Next, we got 47 minutes until we can get another guide point. So we're gonna run out of, yeah, we're gonna run out of some stuff here. It's not the end of the world, but it's not great. We also need to grab a couple of these guys. So you're just gonna hold off over there for now. This should be all filled anyway, so these guys will all come up this way. Because this is going to be filled with at least 10 on there. Half and half, so that's fine. We're making diodes soon as we start populating the other island with diggers. Which I don't know if this is going to work just because it's so bloody far. But we do have some on there. I need to make this path more efficient so they're spending more time digging. Yeah, there's not enough dig points on this one. So we'll fix that up in a minute. But they're making it over there. They're making their way over. It'd be much better if I could do it over this way, but I have to get like I'd have to get a bunch of materials over here first before I could do it. So it would be problematic. Okay. This is full. Let me grab another storage for you guys. It's almost all cut down anyways. All right, we got that guy going. Oh, I missed one. I needed to get one of those guys. Just going to manually make one. So we need to get the princess going, then we can get all this system properly active. Yeah, so we got one here, we need to get one more. All good. Grab this guy. Oh, okay. Or don't grab this guy. That's fine. I tried to grab him. It wouldn't let me grab him. He like immediately loaded in. It's too close together. So we'll grab this one then instead. And I, of course, just realized I only actually need one of these dudes to make a flyer because I'm not super intelligent. I'm not very intelligent at all. This guy's even grabbing anything else over here anymore? Not really, huh? Oh, can I... Let's see, just delete this path. Yeah, okay, now they're all coming here. Okay, go there. Alright, so... Alright, so that's all good. Boink. Alright, you... come here. And then you can go there. This, what are you guys out of? You guys are out of glass, right? That's fine. Nothing we can do about that. You're out of fiber. There's lots of fiber. Lots and lots of fiber available. You guys all have a whole bunch of iron that you haven't been able to take care of yet. So, all right. Fix that up in a moment. Yeah, that's going to fix itself in a second. Poke this guy. Over here, we have these guys going. They're trying to go down to this thing and dying. It's funny. Let's just move that. That's fine. All right. So we finally do have glass over here now. I am just going to make this a bit more efficient though, because it's not particularly efficient right now. So I'm going to pause for a second and make this more efficient, since these guys will have a bit of a limited lifespan. Okay, so we should be able to get more ants digging and then coming back sooner to drop off over there now. That's just, oh, that's fine. It's just a broken path. This island isn't really doing much for us anymore. We do have some light bulbs on here, though. That would be handy. Yeah. No glass, though. Glass, if we can get glass over here, and nothing else really matters that much. Alright, so now we got the guy in here. So now the only thing we need, we'll move this over here. That will just store for when we need to make more guides. And then we're going to delete this. We're going to delete this. We do need this, except I'm going to move it. I'm going to move it like over here. Delete this stuff. The reason why I'm moving this over here is I'm deciding whether I'm going to like have these guys fly out first and do a round and then come back and go in. So at least they pick something up, drop it off, maybe drop something off here and then go in. I think that's the most effective use of them. So probably like have them fly out here and start dropping off ants over here so we can start getting this populated a bit. Because what do we need for these? We need 10 scrap. So yeah, we're going to start bringing scrap over. So let's set this up next. So these guys are going to launch. They're going to launch like over here. They're going to need a hauling path over here. They're going to pick up from storage some scrap in this case for now. Where's our big scrap piles? We have big scrap piles anywhere? Not really. Got some scrap over there. Gotta move those guys around. Pick up the rest of that scrap. Where am I going? I'm going over here. This is going to fly all the way over here, where they will deposit the scrap. There is a stockpile there. Is that stockpile designated for anything? It's designated for that. We need to designate it for scrap for now. Till otherwise. There's nothing for them to pick up from there yet. But we'll start bringing scrap over eventually. Then we'll start bringing Zebebas over. And then we're going to have a landing pad here where they will come back to, and they will go in here. Meanwhile, we need to now grab the old guys off of here. So we're going to get the old gates here, right? And we'll put one over here as well. And the elder trails here. And yeah, we'll I'm going to make them long for now, just because what I'm probably going to do is maybe expand this later on as we get more population. But anyways, so that's going to come here. These guys are going to have something similar over here. And over here. And this one can join up over this way. This one can join up over here. I think what we can do is just have various stockpiles over here just in case they're carrying anything. And then for these guys down here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have a unhooked trail that's going to go up here. Okay, so that should start filling up this one, and then we need to build another one of these guys. which is progression, right? So that's going to come over here for now. And then we might need more later on. That's what we'll see how effective this is first before we worry about getting another one of these in place. Maybe just move that there in case. All right, pop this guy. Good stuff. Okay, so we'll see how well this works. Obviously, this will work better once we actually have supplies of everything. But for the time being, everything should be going okay. We got to reserve the glass to make more of these guys, because these guys are all going to come off in a moment as well. All right, where did you come from? You should not be here. You do not belong. That came off of here, so we're going to put a cascade. If you're one of those guys, you should, yeah, why would you, oh, I guess it like determined to go there. Okay, hang on, we got a small change here. Old gate there, and then cascade, if you're that, you go here. Yeah, that shouldn't happen too frequently. Okay, oh, I'm detecting an issue. We need an end gate. Counter end over there. Yeah, otherwise they're never going to populate on this side. Okay, good stuff. So that's going. So we'll see how effective that is in a little while. We already got 4 metal ones because we didn't have this fully populated yet. Yeah, so it might be a little bit funky the first round as we get in. We'll see, but it should populate it in any case. Regardless of that, they'll get populated. And we'll go over here, and what happened to you, sir? Sir? What happened here? What you doing there, man? That's not how that works. All right. It's not how that works at all. Okay. These guys can move elsewhere. We'll just go around and collect all the dead scrap we got going on here. Or all the loose scrap, I should say. So they'll go up that way, and then we can just move these around. Oh, I should make this a bit wider, I guess, so I can fill these guys up. All right, cool. So those guys will eventually go over there. You can go over there. This is going to get deleted as they go along. It's then going to go over there. This is going to get deleted. And then this will need to come up here. You can go in there. Okay. And pop. Excellent. How are we doing over here? So yeah, I think we're going to have a little problem the first run with the metal folks coming in a little bit faster. We need to. We also didn't split them off. So that's the other thing we forgot to do. So yeah, the metal ones are coming in here. They're all coming in this row. So we need to have a cascade for iron workers. That's going to go here. And then they're going to split. All right, they're going to split. And the way we're going to do this is we're going to split them 5 ways like this. Just going to pause before we lose any more. 2. No, yeah, 3 are going to go this way. And then 2 are going to go this way. And then we'll probably need to, we'll just throw a garbage bin over here. And do like that. And then I'm going to need to grab you to get it started because we're running behind. That's why the numbers are off a little bit. Yeah, one didn't quite make it. That's okay. So we'll grab a couple of them as they come out. We'll try to grab a couple. We still have 36 minutes until the next nuptial flight. I think this should work okay, though, for now. We have a major issue over here. What's going on over here? What's your major malfunctions? Because this is full. It's because that is full. Okay. All right. So that should be fixed. This is probably out of food. Yeah, okay. So the only thing we're now waiting on, we kind of have to wait for. Why are you? Yeah, you should be here. Oh, I didn't have this set up the right way. This is got to be drone alt. Yeah. And what's going on with you guys over here? What is going on? Oh, I see what I did. Leftover roots that don't need to be there anymore. Okay, what's happening here? Ran out of fabric. And what's going on with you? You don't have any... Oh, because of the light. He still has this bulb. That's fine. Okay, so that's going. This should hopefully start populating. What? Where did you come from? You do not belong here. That shouldn't be happening. That shouldn't be possible. Or is it from here? Oh, I guess somehow... Oh, one old guy went around here. Okay. Got it. So just in case that goes there. Okay. Okay, so I think we did a lot of work here. So we'll see if the system works. The biggest issue now is just making sure that I can get glass, which I think I'm going to have to wait until we get the next nuptial flight here. 35 minutes still. Before that happens, when this guy goes and flies out, this girl goes out and flies out, we do now have a decent amount of glass being made over here, which is good. 102. We just need to get it over now. Just need to get it over to the other side. So that communications tower thing should hopefully assist with that. I hope. Maybe. We'll see. Yeah, this isn't quite working out yet because I didn't have this set up. So we'll have to... it just means when we get extra metal workers over here, we'll just have to move them over. And these guys here can just pull at any time when I'm ready. But I only have so many light bulbs left right now, so I'm just kind of like holding out for now. No need to bring them over early until we get all that sorted. So that's it, yeah. So I think we did some good progress there. So is tradition for this episode, I'm gonna pop a little ant butt here. Let's go real close. Boom. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. Catch you guys in the next episode. Hopefully this one was interesting. I'm not quite sure yet. We'll see. We'll see how much farther we go. Look at that view, though. That's pretty cool. I'll make a good screen grab right there, right? All right, take care.